All right, guys, I'm going to give you guys a quick update on the stock that we were talking about yesterday, as well as show you guys another stock that has a pretty decent setup that I think will be squeezing over the next few days. So let's just jump right into it. Thank you guys for being VIP members and just being part of this community. So, KSBN will give the quick update here. We zoom out to that 4-hour chart. It does look pretty promising, right? Obviously, we had that buy signal as of yesterday. It's still active as we speak. Market Cipher got the red dot on the 4-hour chart. And then it got a sell signal right here on Lux Algo on that 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, if we're just looking at Market Cipher, it is coming back up. Money flow is coming back up there. So it could remain in this uptrend again. That 4-hour buy signal is still active as of right now. However, I do really just want to be super greedy with my entries. Hindsight, it was a good scalp to get in at 260 earlier today. However, with that being said, when it was coming down to 260, it was almost impossible to know that that was the low, because when something's knifing like that, typically it has room to continue to come down a little bit, just from my previous experience. So again, it's just a bit too risky. And then again, it had that short sell signal on the hourly when that did happen. So that's also why I didn't really get into it on that. But nevertheless, I mean, it's still set up very, very nicely. And if we look at the short interest data, we'll see that they still have 0 shares available to short as of 9 hours ago. Cost to borrow has gone up substantially. There's actually 3,300 short exempts yesterday and a 54% short volume ratio over there. And some excess volume yesterday. Those were the failure to delivers. They really picked up in the beginning of August over there. And then the 2 million share float, we already know that. Benzinga Pro, let's see. Any more news for Caspian today? Just daily movers. Yeah, just daily movers, not any company-specific news. I'm pretty sure we have not seen earnings yet. That should be after hours. Still waiting. I'm still wait. Yeah, nothing. No company specific news there. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for earnings. Obviously, that's gonna be in 2 hours and 14 minutes roughly. That's when market closes, and that will probably decide the fate of this stock. So if they really kill it on earnings, I'm probably just gonna buy in and just send it. But yeah, that was the update on KSBN. Let's get into the next one. So the next one I'm looking at here is CMRA. And I really like this opportunity right here for an intraday move, just because the setup's pretty nice and it's trading below VWAP, right? So I think it can easily come back to VWAP 272. And let's just calculate what type of return that would be. This is the return I think I got on my option trade, 4.4% earlier. Let's see. So if we go back to 272 and we divide that by the current entry price of 257, it's about a 6% gain. All right. So I have not yet entered, although it really does seem like now is like the time to get in. It had a buy signal on Lux Algo right here, and then it had a strong, which is the confirmation signal. So the small triangle, that is the buy signal, and then this would be the confirmation signal. You can also see that the trend is changing up a little bit. EMAs are flipping back to green, and it's again trading under VWAP. So if there's any volume here, it should be good. And then did I mention red to green money flow there on Market Cipher? Let's get into the statistics, short squeeze statistics for CMRA, because they're honestly pretty impressive. Very impressive. So you can see that as of 9 hours ago, 0 shares available to short. 14 hours ago, 0 shares available. And then 19 hours ago, 0 shares available to short. With that, the borrow rate has jumped up to 276%. And the reason why I think this could continue, there was a decent amount of short exempts in the past week. The reason I think that CMRA could continue this move is, well, partially because in the past it would get similar signals and it would continue to move up over the course of a few days, right? So we have the daily buy signal active right now. You can see what happened over here in July when it had that daily buy signal, right? It moved up over the course of a few days. Same thing right here. Moved up over the course of a few days. So I think it's pretty safe to say that this will end up running more than one day. Doesn't mean to necessarily buy on rips. Hourly chart right now currently has a red dot there on Market Cipher. So there is that potential to, continue to cool off. 15-minute chart looks really, really good right there. I think there's obviously the potential to cool off. 5-minute chart as well looks pretty good. Pretty much every time frame right now. So that's why I'm making this. Gonna try to upload it ASAP. And this is also a stock I'm just not gonna mention the ticker for. Just I don't know. Just to see what happens. So anyways, let's pull up the IBKR short share availability. You can see that the cost to borrow was around 200%. This is throughout August right here. It saw a high of about 201.56%. So almost 202% right there. And you can see how the cost to borrow as of the 8th of September, so last week, shot up like crazy, came right back down, and then it shot up like crazy again. And now we're seeing, if we're looking at the blue line, so not the green line's cost to borrow, so that's at a new high right here, 276%. I believe it may be even higher, according to Ortex. And then you can see that 0 shares available to short. This has also come down, and we're currently sitting at 0. And it's pretty much, over the past 2 days, they haven't been able to find anything, right? Usually what you'll see is if there's a few days where there's not many shares available to short, like September 1st over here, you'll see a nice pop-up, right? They'll just find 20K shares, right? Even right here, right? There's a nice day where they had 0 shares available. Nice pop-up, all right? Same thing right here. It gets down to 0. It pops right back up, and it stayed up here at about 44,000 shares. But now we're really seeing it hang out down at the lows. So obviously you want to be able to watch this, see for changes, because as soon as there is a change, it does change the play. You can go to iBorrowDesk if you do want to check that out. So iBorrowDesk will give you free data. So you just put in CMRA right there. Scroll down, and then it'll say 2,000 shares available. That's as of yesterday, not the super most updated data as Fintel was. This is showing this, right? This is showing the 2,000 shares, but still they are the best you can get for free on the internet currently. So that's iBorrowDesk right there. So it does seem like market makers are pretty much out of shares for CMRA as well. Very similar to the KSBN setup, right? And then let's also, this is some new information to me. I have not yet looked at this, but let's just look at the short exempt volume. So this past week, it's about I believe a 7 million share free float on this. So has not been too crazy. Let's go back to the 3 months. Most of it happened over here. And then let's look at failure to delivers. Yeah, most of that happened over there. Yeah, so I'm probably going to side with KSBN as a favorite here. Even though I do think CMRA would make for a pretty decent day trade into today. I do think this has potential to go up to 272 and then maybe even higher to 290 or 285 right there, just based off of the signals that are being thrown out here. Don't really have anything else. We already looked at the news. So yeah, watch for the entry. We're going to do code name Camaro. How about we do that? Code name Camaro. Or I'll just refer back to this video if I do decide to purchase it. It's coming down right there. And yeah, stay tuned. Watch out for VIP trade alerts. And if I get in, I will alert. I think a few people, one more thing, I think a few people were probably speculating because KSBN was ripping yesterday that I actually did get in and I was just being secretive and quiet. But I wasn't. I'm sticking to my rules. I'm being very I'm being very, very strict, right? If I see this red dot right here on Market Cipher, I'm not necessarily going to buy. I'm waiting for that cool off, right? I want to see it cool off. Now we have the RSI flip to red on the hourly again. I do want to see a little bit more of a cool off. At this point, though, to get in a good entry, it's probably going to be in the 260s. So we sacrifice the killer entry at 250 yesterday simply because the chart wasn't perfect, right? So sticking to my rules, trying to avoid taking unnecessary risks. And with all that said, I'm bullish on both of these still, so I just want to bring you guys that update. All right, toodles.